Good morning and welcome to another edition of Noldy's Lighting Talks. My name is Manuel Padilla and I'm a product engineer at Noldycare. Today I'm going to talk about the Google Lighthouse tool and how we can use it to audit our web pages. First, I'm going to share a short definition about what is Lighthouse. What is Lighthouse? Lighthouse is an open source tool for web developers to audit web pages. It tells us about best practices and gives us performance scores. It can also tell us if the site that we are auditing is progressive web app or not. At the end of the audit, we are going to get a list of the things that we are doing good and the most important, the things that we need to do in order to make it better. So, how we can audit a website with Lighthouse? There's a different ways to run Lighthouse to audit a web page. With Google Chrome DevTools. We can run Lighthouse on Google Chrome directly. We just need to open the DevTools and go to the Audits panel and start running a Lighthouse performance audit from there. Before running the audit, we can choose which performance categories we want to use for the audit. Also, we can install the Lighthouse Chrome extension for a more quick access to the tool. The audit process, by default, is going to emulate a mobile device. Throttle down the connection to make sure the performance numbers are realistic to the real world if somebody's viewing the site on a mobile device. And another bunch of stuff. So the page is going to be reloaded a couple of times to test, for example, if the site is working offline, run performance audits, accessibility audits, and eventually we're going to get a nice report that shows what we are doing great and what can be improved upon. With continuous integration. For continuous integrations, Lighthouse can be hooked up with the headless Chrome and GitHub. So if someone submits a pull request to the repo, we can know if that pull request is going to hurt the site performance, the accessibility, the best practices, or if it is going to make it better. With web page test. Lighthouse is currently integrated with the web page test, so you can pop over the simple testing and check the option to run the test with Lighthouse Audit. At the end, you're going to get the typical results for the test and also the Lighthouse Audit results. The most common opportunities to improve on a web page. Serve images in next generation formats. Next generation images formats like WebP provide better compressions than PNG or JPEG. We need to be careful about the implementation of WebP images since not all the browsers have support for this currently. A quick fix for the WordPress sites is the use of a plugin that can be able to convert images to WebP format and also implements a fallback for browsers without support for WebP images. Defer off-screen images. Implement lazy load for off-screen and hidden images after all critical resources have finished loading to lower the time to interactive. For WordPress websites, there's a lot of plugins that can be installed for an easier implementation of lazy load. Also, we need to implement responsive images to make our websites more faster and accessible. Here we can see an example of the src set property to add responsive images, and also we can see another snippet to add responsive images in WordPress. Eliminate render blocking resources. Remove the resources that are blocking the first pane of the page. A fix for this opportunity is considered delivering critical JavaScript and CSS inline and deferring all non-critical code, but that can be hard to implement sometimes on large websites. This is a snippet of PHP code that can be used in WordPress to add the defer and the async properties to certain JavaScript files to help to reduce the render blocking issues. Also, we can move some CSS files to the footer of the page when this change doesn't have a negative impact on the user experience of our websites. If you want to learn more, you can visit web.dev/learn to learn more about how Google Lighthouse works and get more resources about the modern web. If you have any question, please leave it in the comment sections and we're going to be happy to answer it. Thank you and see you next week for the next Notice Lighting Talks.